What's up, it's Robert from Existence First, and in this video I'm going to go through a typical day of using the Oura Ring app for this Generation 3 ring that I bought about a year ago in January of 2024. First thing I do in the morning is I open the app and I check my sleep score. Last night it gave me a 90 out of 100, and so you might ask yourself, is this score indicative of how your day is going to go? I'd say yes and no. They do have another score, which is called the readiness score in the top left. The readiness score is meant to tell you how much you can handle that day. But ultimately, after using this for a year, I've had days where my score is really good, but then my energy during the day was low. In my opinion, I think it depends way more on whether you're excited about the things that you're doing in that day. But anyways, let's go back to the sleep score because there's a few things to point out. I tend to look at deep sleep first, and I'll look at it through this graph. As you see, white means that I was awake. Light blue means REM sleep. That's when you're dreaming. The middle blue is light sleep, and then the dark blue is deep sleep. So you can see from the graph that deep sleep happens mostly in the beginning of the night. This is something that I learned by using the Oura app, and really it serves for me as an incentive to go to sleep early, which maybe is not the best for my social life, but it probably contributes to my health. But check out below the graph. You see all those tick marks? That means I was moving or tossing and turning. And that's reflected in this mediocre score right here for restfulness. And I want to make a point here, which is I've been using this app for a year, and I haven't figured out how to stop tossing and turning. So the app and the ring will not improve your sleep by themselves. They'll just quantify your sleep for you. Like if you're a crappy sleeper, it will just put a chart in your face of how crappy of a sleeper you really are. It's up to you to change your habits, and that's where you'll make an effect in your scores. That being said, to stop my tossing and turning, I've tried so many things. Get rid of the blue light, read before bed, put the thermostat to 68 degrees, drink bedtime tea, use a weighted blanket, and none of them really have worked for me. If you have a solution for tossing and turning, feel free to put that in the comments. I'd very much appreciate that. Ultimately, this ring is just a tracking app. It doesn't fix things for you. The other thing I might check in the morning is my temperature. So last night, it detected no change from my baseline temperature, but last weekend, on Sunday, it detected a positive 0.6 degree change in my temperature. Not only that, it detected that my heart rate was higher than normal, and it gave me this ominous warning that I need to take care of myself. And I thought to myself, well, I played hockey and I skateboarded, like of course my heart rate's going to be high. It's always high after exercise. And I just shrugged it off. It turns out I was catching a cold, and I did get sick for the entire week. But I have mixed feelings about this like symptom radar because it can cause unnecessary panic. Like there's been times where it said my temperature was high and I didn't get sick. So I'm not sure yet if that feature is a good thing or a bad thing, but at least they let you toggle it on or off if you want to. So after I check my morning stats and I do my meditation or whatever, I'm going to go work out. If I'm running that day, I will wear the ring during the run and have it track my heart rate. To do that, you go to the bottom right corner and you hit the plus sign. Then you hit record workout heart rate. You select what you're doing. Let's say I'm outdoor running. Hit record and you can start running. It will record your heart rate. It just won't tell you in real time what it is. But in any case, once you're done, you hit pause, end activity, and that run gets logged into your activities. If I'm weightlifting that day, then what I'll do is I'll remove the ring because it's too bulky to use dumbbells with it, and it could get scratched and everything. So I'll remove it, and since it's not tracking my activity, I have to enter that manually after the fact. So again, I'll go to the bottom right, hit the plus sign, hit add activity. I'll hit strength training, put the time, duration, and intensity, and hit done, and then it will be added to my activities. Most of the time, the ring will make a guess at what activity you're doing if it's something physical, like you're walking for more than 10 minutes or you're playing sport. And so if it guesses right, then all you have to do is hit confirm, and then boom, it's added to your activity list. One more thing about when I do remove it to lift weights, that's a good time to charge the ring. You don't have to charge it every day. Just look in the top right at this battery symbol, and you'll see here that my ring right now is at 59%. So I probably have another 2 or 3 days of charge left in this before I have to charge it again. When I do charge it, probably takes maybe 30 minutes or so to charge. One upside to logging all the activities and having your heart rate in here is that it will tell you what your cardiovascular age is. And this is really interesting. It says that I'm 8.5 years younger if you look at my heart than my actual age. And I guess I'd attribute that to years of beer league hockey, but who knows? All right, and then after I exercise, I will get ready for work and head to the office. While at the office, the Oura Ring has mainly 1 or 2 different uses, I would say. Number 1, it will give you a notification if you spend too much time without movement. And number 2, the stress graph. Today is a Sunday, and as you can see, I didn't really spend much time at all up in that top zone of what Oura considers to be stressed. But if you just go 2 days prior to Friday, look at these peaks. Wow, somebody building a mountain or what? This was time that I spent in a meeting. And what I learned by using the Oura app is that almost any time I'm doing something social, those stress peaks are showing up in the graph. And that was a key to me to start to really become present and aware of my physiology, my levels of tension, any time that I was in a conversation. So that was a big positive byproduct of using this app. Then I get home from work, do my same old routines, and go to bed. When it's time to go to bed, I think you're pretty much on your own. The app's not going to help you go to bed. It will tell you what your ideal chronotype or sleep schedule is. It says I'm an early bird and I should be going to bed at like 9 p.m. or something, but it's another question. How do I get myself to fall asleep at 9 p.m.? I haven't found it incredibly useful, but maybe some of you have. So in conclusion, after a year of using the Oura Ring and the app, am I happy with the quality of my sleep? Absolutely not. However, in this year, I did have a big win, and that was quitting energy drinks. I was regularly consuming 300 milligrams of caffeine per day, which is about 1 to 2 energy drinks. And what was the final straw is that over a 4-year period, I went to the emergency room 3 times for chest pain. And while I don't have like irrefutable proof that it was linked to the energy drinks, I have a strong suspicion. The point to make, though, was that energy drinks were my way of regulating. So if I got to the office in the morning and I was sleepy, I would have an energy drink and that would solve the problem. By quitting the energy drinks, I then needed a different tool, and the app helped fulfill that. Prior, I would, for instance, stay out late and just tell myself I could do this because I'll just have an energy drink in the morning. Without that, then I have to go through the thought process of, if I stay out late, what's my score going to be in the morning? But on the other hand, staying out late and partying is very fun. So in a way, I feel like the Oura Ring has made me more of a boring person. But on the other hand, it's great to not depend on energy drinks to get through the day. So I'll end the video by saying that I don't really have a solution for what Hegel might call a dialectic here, or a polarity between a life of party and a life of health and going to sleep early. That decision is one to be freely chosen by each and every one of us, and that decision then in turn helps define our essence. Hence the existentialist phrase, existence precedes essence. So I hope you enjoyed this video. As always, thank you for watching. Think deeply and put your existence first.